I want to go over multiplying and factoring, and so let's assume that we want to multiply first. So then you must distribute 3x times 2x. You all know that's 6x squared. Now you multiply these two, they give you plus 15x. You multiply these two, that give you negative 8x. You multiply these two, they give you negative 20. Now I want you to look at where does negative 20 come from, and that's a constant term, negative 4 times positive 5. So this 4 and 5 is factors of 20. Now where does this 6 come from, which is 3 times 2. So 3 and 2 are factors of 6. So these two number cannot have 5 or other numbers other than factors of 6. Now, you know these two are called like terms. You can add. So answer is now 6x squared, 15 minus 8, 7x, and minus 20. Now this process right here is called multiply. Now going backward is called factoring. So if I have given you the question 6x squared plus 7x minus 20, and then I asked you factor, the question says factor, then we are going backward, which can be sometimes more challenging because of this middle term. And now, again, 6 has a possibly 1 and 6 and 3 and 2, but now we know it was the question 3 and 2 and then 3x and 2x. So 6x squared factored into 3x and 2x in two separate parentheses. And now 20, negative 20 is factored into 4 and 5. So negative 4 and plus 5. Now that's how the factoring works. Of course, it's not as simple as that. So let's practice factoring with the simpler examples. Now I have factor question 3x squared minus 2x and minus 5. Now don't forget, you will open two parentheses, and now the only way you can factor 3 as its prime number is 3x and 1x. 3x and 1x, which you don't have to write 1. So 3x times x will give you 3x squared. Now 5, the only way you can factor 5 is 1 and 5. So let's assume that you put it has to be opposite signs. Plus 1 over here, minus 5 over here. Now you can always check whether we factored it correctly or not by multiplying it out. So 3x times x give you 3x squared plus 1 times negative 5, that checks out. Now let's check about this middle term. So if you multiply this, that give you x. If you multiply this, that give you negative 15x. Add them together, will it give negative 2x? Oh, it doesn't, so that means you didn't factor it. We didn't factor it correctly. So let's try that again. So what if I put negative 5 over here plus 1 over here? So I will put the negative 5 over here and plus 1 here. And now let's check. So 3x times x is still 3x squared, that's good. Negative 5 times positive 1 is negative, that constant term matches. Now let's look at the middle term. Now if you multiply negative 5 times x, negative 5x plus 3x times 1, that's 3x. Add them together, negative 2x. Now we did a factor correctly. So This is how the factoring works. Hopefully you practice more factoring with the problem that I provide in general discussion.